Okay, good. All right, if you could hear me and see me, all right, say hello in that chat area. We're going to be doing another live today. I got some really awesome things to go over. So good. All right. All right, we have a few people hopping on, which is good. So usually in Facebook, when you do a live, it takes a few minutes. I don't know why. Hi, Debbie. Oh, it's good that you came. All right. Good to see Debbie's here. All right. We're going to give it a few minutes. Everybody kind of knows the routine on these Facebook lives. You know, Facebook is a little slower and so forth. So good if you're hopping on and you can hear me and see me. If you could just say hello, please. Oh, hi, Susan. Welcome to the live. All right. We have a lot to go over. Can everybody see me okay? It looks like my video is acting up. I don't know why. Well, I know why. It's Monday, right? Monday is always the technically challenged day for our society and computers. You know how that works out. All right, good. Well, more and more people are hopping on, and then obviously there'll be a replay at the end of this that, you know, if you're not live and you're here when it's actually going on, you could always watch it later at a different time. So good. So the purpose of these lives, hi Bev. So the purpose of these lives is to show you advanced strategies that defy the odds and reverse type 2 diabetes naturally without medication. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Jonathan Spages. I've been reversing diabetes for over 20 years. My success rate is close to 98%, where the patients I work with routinely just get off medication. They're getting their bodies better. And it's because of a unique approach that I take by not just giving band-aids to everything, right? And not just trying to diet your way through, because there's no magical diet, but to actually go and show patients what they need to do to be able to reverse their type 2 diabetes. Because of my belief system is the body is born to heal, right? We have that ability to heal. So anyway, hop on. We have a lot of information, and I have a number of questions that people have been asking. So I'm going to make sure we address it. And a few more people hopped on. Hi, Gail. Welcome to the live. And there's a few more people that are here. So if you can hear me and see me okay, do me a favor and just say hello in that chat area. So good. A couple things. I just want to get some updates. I like always doing that. Hi, Deborah. I like always doing that before we start a live. So first off, I think everybody knows about this Facebook group. Some of you are in the Facebook group. I originally started this about 2 months ago. I wanted like 5 or 10 people in there, and it's literally grown to over 660 people. And we've kind of stopped people from entering right now just so we could, you know, get everybody situated and orientated to the group. So we'll be opening up the doors again probably shortly. But I know if I kept the floodgates open, we'd be well over 1,000 right now for people trying to join this group. But it's good. We want to make sure that everybody that's in that group is getting a lot out of it. And the energy is just so good. Like, I love getting going and looking at everybody. So, you know, everybody's keeping each other accountable, making sure their blood sugar levels are good. And it's exciting. And, you know, it's kind of crazy, right? So if you've been diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic, you go to your doctor, the doctor tells you the same damn thing, right? Take your medications forever. You know, go lose some weight, go watch what you eat, go exercise, and good luck, right? And then you see them back in like 3 months based on whatever your insurance says, right? If you see in 3 months or 6 months. And who's holding you accountable? You know, maybe your significant other, maybe yourself, maybe a loved one, a family member, a sister, a brother. But the doctor is certainly not keeping you accountable, right? Like, they're just like, all right, well, I'll see you back in a few months and good luck, right? And it was amusing. I remember about 18 years ago, I had a patient, and they did phenomenal. They got all their metformin and all these other medications they were taking. And he came into my office, and he said, so funny. Oh my God, I can't even say this without laughing, right? So he's like, oh, my doctor today, you know, they gave me something for the American Diabetic Association about a diet, right? So he literally, I still have it somewhere. I got to find it. It's in one of my, you know, my office is pretty big. But anyway, I still have it. But he literally gave me a brochure. It was like this big, like literally this big. And it was the diabetic diet that the American Diabetic Association was allowing. it was a joke. Like, I don't even know how to, it was so bad. It was so bad. And remember, the American Diabetic Association doesn't ever talk about reversing diabetes. Let's just establish that. They say that you can do it, but why would they want to teach you how to do that if they're being funded by drug companies? I don't know, call me crazy, but I don't know if they would do that when they're actually being paid. Like, why would they teach you something if they're actually going to go against the people that are paying them? I don't know. Anyway, you get my sarcasm, right? Many of you know I'm from New Jersey, so that sarcasm came in pretty thick there. But the point is that this guy showed me, this patient who did really well, he showed me this little leaflet, and we were both just laughing. It was like, are you kidding me? Like, really? I don't even know if they spent like 1 cent on the actual printing of this particular material. So anyway, so I want to thank everybody for coming into the group. There's a lot more people that have just joined us. Iris, welcome to the live. We have Sue, we have Gob, we have Tammy, welcome. Good. Tammy, oh my God, that's a great question. Let me write that down. Oh my. Tammy, I don't know if you like tell the future, but oh wow. That was really good that you asked that question. All right, so we're going to get into that. Jeez, I was actually going to forget to mention that. So thank you, Tammy. So, all right, so a couple other things you should know. I want to thank everybody also. Some of you know this, some of you don't. But I just got over 2 million views on my YouTube channel, which is a very big deal. And I want to thank everybody for watching my YouTube videos. And getting a lot out of it, right? Because I put a lot of content out there that could help you reverse diabetes. Now, some of you are from Florida, so you know technically I would be able to take care of you, but other patients are from all throughout the country, and obviously there's information in there that that could really benefit them. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for getting me over 2 million views. Recently, also, Instagram, like in the last few days, Instagram identified me as a verified account, which means like I am authority in their space, which is really hard to get. Like it's really, really hard. Like celebrities get it and big influencers and so forth. So, so that's really, really cool. And I'll tell you what's really awesome about it. When I first started doing this work back in New Jersey, I was literally one of the first doctors to talk about reversing diabetes. And boy, did I get attacked, right? Like people just did not, especially if you're like in the mindset of you can never reverse diabetes, right? Because, you know, no one was really doing it. People would talk about it, but like they're thinking it's all voodoo stuff, right? They're thinking it's like, you know, like I'm sprinkling pixie dust on people, right? And anyway, long story short, you know, when I first found out that you could reverse diabetes, you think you're a skeptic? I was like literally the worst skeptic ever. I was like, there's no way you can reverse diabetes. My grandmother died of diabetes. It's got to be what she's eating. It's got to be genetic, right? It's all the same nonsense that everybody hears, right? It's the same brainwashing that our healthcare system teaches us. And I was made a fool. Like I was dumbfounded with the fact that you could actually reverse diabetes. And I wound up studying for years. And then finally, when I was able to in New Jersey practice this way, that had changed some laws for doctors and such. But I finally started taking on patient after patient. Some of you know my story of Bobby. Bobby came to me. He was already a patient in my office for something different. And he came to me, and he was like my first patient, right? Like he was like my guinea pig, so to say. This is like, I don't even know, 20,000 patients ago, right? And so forth. And I remember Bobby was like, his doctor was forcing him to try to get on insulin. And he probably should have been on insulin, but him and his doctor were just kind of neck and neck, and they were just not really getting along very well. And then he also was going into kidney failure. Like he was literally going into kidney failure because of his diabetes, and hated his doctor, and really nice guy. Like, oh my God, like nicest guy in the world. And he came to me and he's like, listen, you know, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I just don't want to continue to go down this path. And he came in with like full-blown kidney failure. And I remember like each visit, we actually recorded each visit. Like he came in because we just want to see like, hey, is this legit? Like, can you actually reverse diabetes? And I put him on like a really basic diet, right? Nothing fancy. It was pretty simple, right? Diet is a foundation. And I put him on certain supplements that were actually addressing the root imbalances of what was going on, right? Getting his body functioning well, his liver better, his thyroid, all the things that were going on in his labs. And I'll tell you, week after week after week, his blood sugar kept coming down. His blood pressure kept improving. His vision came back, which I didn't even know in the beginning he even had an issue with. He didn't even bring it up. Like his vision was blurry and his vision improved. And it, like I still get goosebumps talking about it. But after we did labs, after a few months, his kidneys improved. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, I didn't expect that, right? Like, you know, he was my first patient that I took on. And it's just remarkable because the body, listen to this, the body is born to heal. You have the ability to heal. The problem is that there are things blocking the body's ability to heal, thus keeps people sick, right? And if you can go and just get rid of all these different things that stop you from healing, then there's actually hope as a type 2 diabetic. So anyway, it's really awesome because I know some of you are going to go watch this live, either it's live or on a replay, and you're sitting there with the, like, what's the diet or what's the solution? And the solution, honestly, is to get rid of the blockages of what's actually causing your body to have high blood sugar levels, and what's actually causing your body to have weight issues. The blood sugar, the weight, the bad energy, it's all symptoms. And essentially the way we treat it in this country is by drug, even supplements, right? People try to do supplements, but you got to get to the root and balance of it. So I have something really special to share with you at the end of this live. And Tammy kind of hinted at it. So Tammy, thanks for reminding me. I appreciate it. so good. A couple of things. Everybody was asking me about a couple of different things as questions. So if you do have questions and you're here now, if you could put those questions in, and I'm going to cover a few things and so forth. All right. Yeah, thanks, Tammy. So good. So first off, we had a contest. Everybody's aware of this, where we gave away a free Clean Lean Shake, which is an awesome protein powder. So we're going to be doing another contest for April. So be on the lookout for that. Everybody's asking for a snack guide, which is out. My books are being worked on as we speak. Believe it or not, when you write a book, and I have 2 books coming out, it takes a lot of work. The final touches. It's kind of like building a house, right? Building a house takes a while, but the finishing touches, the little nuances, they take a little bit longer. So we're just working on that, but that should be out in a few months. And then I just put a video out. Tammy, you have my new book? Oh, you have the snack book. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's really good, right? There's like some really, really good ideas in that snack book. Some of them that I even do, right? Like I have a little bit of like some hacks that I do in my own life that are really easy to follow. I'm also, well, this is the way I'm doing it, right? So many of you know I have 3 children. So I'm working on creating a really good homemade protein bar that you can make for yourself. And I'm having them work on it, but they have to be the taste testers. And the way I look at it is if my kids like it, then everybody's going to like it, right? Because kids are really picky when it comes to things like that. So they're going to be working on that in between their school and sports. And I think most of you know my kids are in really competitive sports and all that. So anyway, they're working on that. There is also, for those of you that are interested, there is a huge sale on an ebook bundle. So I produce so many different recipe books and ebooks and things of that nature. But there is a big special on that where if you bought all of them individually, it's, it could be a lot of money, like $200, but it's like on sale for like under 50 or something. So if you're interested in just getting everything and not spending one at a time, that is something available. So if you're interested, just let me know and we'll send you a link. And that sale is not going on forever. But anyway, that's also an update. The other thing is, someone was asking about gluten. I put a video out on the website about gluten, so make sure you check that out. And then one other video everybody was asking me is, what is the diet that I give my patients? So there's a whole video on my blog about that. And then I think if you're on our mailing list and on our group, you're probably getting a lot of the recipes. So there's a lot of recipes on my website. So be on the lookout for those, but also we have a lot of new recipes, so we're trying to get them out with all the other content. So usually you'll have like maybe 1 or 2 recipes a week being sent to you. So if you're not getting that, please let me know. The way to let me know is either in the comment section or if you email support@drjspages.com. One of my team will get that and try to help you with that. All right, so just, there's recipes on there. All right, good. So I want to go into questions. If you have any particular questions, please add them to the chat here. But I want to get into one particular question that was asked, and then I think it created some confusion. So I want to make sure I really address it. So recently, I just posted, and by the way, if you're in the chat here, did you guys get the recipe for the? Oh, hi Peggy, welcome. There's a recipe I just put out there. It was like a tuna and egg. Did you guys get that? that recipe. So anyway, there was a sandwich recipe I put out there, and the image looked like bread. And everybody was like, wait a second, am I allowed to have bread? Am I not allowed to have bread? I thought diabetics weren't supposed to have carbs. I thought, you know, like, there was just a lot of commotion that occurred. And I want to kind of address it, right? So in the recipe, the way you actually, yeah, Gail, it is actually really delicious. So in the recipe, it actually tells you that when you make the tuna and the egg, to actually put it on a pepper. Like the pepper would be essentially the bun. But the question, I guess, that wasn't really the question people were asking. They were like, wait a second, I'm not supposed to have bread. Sort of. Okay, so let me answer this. And I'm going to give an analogy that I hope you understand, though this way you could understand about your diabetes. When you're, yeah, Tammy, that's correct, right? So, so when you are a diabetic, right, there's a reason for it. There's something underneath causing the blood sugar levels to go up. I just mentioned this, right? Now, in my office, you know, I show patients essentially what to do to be able to fix why that's a problem, right? So let's play along here. Let's say it's a car. Well, you know, there are different tires in a car. You have usually 4 tires. All of the tires should be fully inflated. In this analogy, if the car tires are fully inflated, the car is functioning at 100%, meaning the way the wheels can roll, the car can go up the road, everything is good. That is when it's functioning at 100%. However, when the tires start deflating, there's obviously problems. So how does this relate to diabetes? Well, let's look at it, right? Let's say your weight starts going bad. Well, that's one tire deflating essentially, right? Let's say your blood sugar level starts going high. That's another tire deflating. Let's say your energy starts going down. That's another tire deflating. Let's say something else, right? Your sleep is bad, or maybe your digestion and you're constipated or something else. That's another tire going bad, right? There's something causing those tires to deflate. So if you can get your body, right, to function correctly, where you get each of these tires inflated again, then you can drive up the road a lot easier. This applies exactly to diet. So with diet, when your tires are all deflated and you're taking all these pharmaceutical drugs for your cholesterol and your blood pressure and your diabetes, you have no room to get outside of your diet, because what's happening is your body can't handle it. It's like just like the car with it's the tires being deflated or fully flat. It can't handle going fast. You can't take it up a road really quick. You have to get that car working again before you could actually go and make that car do really well. So like even with patients in my office, when they first meet me, and I'm looking at all these labs, right? These functional medicine labs, which are like a lot of lab testing, many more than most doctors ever even consider running. I see what these deflated tires are. And we start working on it and working on it. So yeah, like in the beginning of care, yeah, you have to be really strict. You have to stay away from certain foods, right? Like grains and breads and things like that. But if I told you how many patients, as they got themselves better, were able to eat those foods, it's pretty remarkable, but you have to earn that. So like, for instance, I've had patients where they have, like, in the beginning of care, they can't even lick a grain of rice, right? Like if they had 1 grain of rice, their blood sugar will go through the roof. But as they get themselves better, and as they, in this analogy, keep the tires fully inflated, they could certainly eat rice down the road. Now, I'm not saying it's a healthy thing or something to do every day, but it won't affect their blood sugar while they'll be diabetic. But if your tires are all deflated, yeah, there's no room for anything. So does that mean that, you know, as you get yourself better, that your diet opens up? Yeah, absolutely. For patients that are on here, you know what that's like, right? And the diet on their care plan is very kind of condensed in the beginning, but it opens up and it opens up and it opens up as you get yourself better. So there's definitely hope on eating those things. So when you look at that recipe and you see the bread, right now, obviously I always recommend gluten-free, and you should watch my video about gluten, right? That's a really good video that you'll get a lot out of. If you need the link, let me know. But yes, if you can't regulate your blood sugar and your metabolism isn't working and you're on all these pharmaceutical medications, No bread, no rice, none of that till you get yourself better. Okay, so that's a really important thing to discern yourself. Is that, yeah, like it's like my kids. Now my kids are all really good students. As a matter of fact, they're all ahead in their grades by at least a year or two. They're really good students. But if my kids came home and they had a D or an F, yeah, they're not they're not hanging out with friends. They're not going and watching TV or playing on their iPads or whatever else they do, right? They're going in their room and they're studying. Kind of the same thing. You got to take that responsibility for your diet and for your health, and then you earn it, right? That's essentially how it goes, okay? So I hope that answered your question related to, oh, I thought I can't eat bread. The answer is you have to earn your body's health to be able to do that, right? That's really the better way of looking at it. So yeah, in the beginning, you're doing peppers for a while. As you get yourself better, then obviously your food could change. All right, let's see what other questions we have. Kimberly said, I'm sorry, Kimberly, I didn't mean to laugh. Your doctor said that at 180, your blood sugar levels are good, and that's okay if you're older. That is 100%. I hope your doctor didn't say that. And if this was a licensed physician in the United States of America, God help them. So there is normal, healthy, functional blood sugar level, and that is between 85 and 99. The way we look at this, right, easy way to remember, is it's kind of like the temperature you would take a shower or go into a bath with, right? Like if you go to a hot tub, it's about 104 degrees. That's a typical hot tub. So usually when most people go to the shower, the temperature is around that range. It's kind of the same way to look at your blood sugar, right? So you don't want your blood sugar at 180 degrees, right? Like if you went into a hot tub or a shower at 180 degrees, you'd probably burn your skin off, right? That probably wouldn't be a good thing. So no, healthy blood sugar level fasting without medication is 85 to 99. So no, I never heard of carpal tunnel in the feet. So yeah, there's no carpal area of the anatomy in your feet. So I don't know. Yeah, the way your hand works, there's a band right here that makes a tunnel, and that doesn't exist in the feet. Most of the nerves and everything go underneath, but don't know. Yeah, I've never heard of carpal tunnel in the feet. So, but yeah, good. So anyway, I want to talk about something, and then we're going to be ending off unless you have any questions. So there is something I've been working on for a long time, and it is actually a cleanse that all of my patients do. And it's really, 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 really good. Some of you who are patients in my office know about this, and it's a 21-day cleanse. And it's really, really good, and it's something that, which is really good for you, is that anybody could do. Like I do it every year, like once or twice, but it's going to be soon available for everybody. And that means that even if you're not a patient in my office, this is something that's really, really good. And it comes with supplements. There's some basic training, for a couple of days of like how to actually do it. But it's awesome because what it does, it works on inflammation. It also works on the liver. It works on just showing you how to eat correctly for 21 days. And the way I look at it, right, like it's not really a cleanse, but it's kind of a cleanse. But what it does is it cleans the inside of your body from a cellular level. So it's not like something that people get like diarrhea or loose stools from, but it's something that literally goes on the inside of your body and cleans it out really good. Your body creates traffic jams in it due to our environment, bad eating foods and other things. And it's really awesome to just cleanse that out, at least once a year. So in my life, it's kind of like a spring cleaning or winter cleaning, right? I'm sure you do this in your house where, you accumulate things, life goes on, and yeah, you could vacuum and you could like do the windows, but you need to sometimes do a deep cleaning, going under the couches, moving things around, like really scrubbing things down. And this 21-day protocol is actually going to be designed to do that, and it's awesome. Like I did it 2 times last year, and the way I look at it is like every day you always wash the outside of your body, but very seldomly do you ever wash the inside, right? Because your body accumulates all these toxins and bad food, drinking water, air pollution, pharmaceutical medication leave residues, and it's really, really awesome. So that's going to actually be released very soon. If you're a patient in my office, you've already done it. But if you're not a patient in my office, I definitely encourage you to look into that and so forth. So, and we're also doing at a big special right now. So anyway, that should be released pretty soon. And I'm sorry it's taking so long. Everybody's been asking me like, oh my God, I want to do a cleanse. I want to do a cleanse. I want to start getting my liver functioning, right? You guys know that the liver is so important. This cleanse is even more than that. And these are these are really good stuff. This is not something you'll find ever in a store. This is like really, really good stuff. So anyway, so good. I have a few more questions here and then we'll be wrapping up. So good. Can we have almond butter? Sure. Yeah, enjoy almond butter. Almond butter is good. Good. Yeah, Peggy, right? Yeah, Peggy is one of those patients that did it and made a big difference. I just had a patient last week who's still within his first month of care, already told by his doctor he's not a diabetic and he's off his metformin. And that's not uncommon in my office, but for this patient, especially because he's been diabetic for a long time, but no one's ever got his body functioning well, and he is super ecstatic. He just posted his testimonial. You guys probably have seen it, but yeah, it's really awesome. So that'll be available, especially if you live out of Florida and you want to actually start doing something to really go in the right direction. I definitely recommend it. All right, good. Well, I'm going to be ending off. So I want to thank everybody for coming to the live. I'm going to send out, or my team will send out a replay so you guys can watch this again. But once again, I want to thank everybody for joining the Facebook group. I appreciate everybody who's watching my videos on YouTube to get over 2 million views, which is awesome. If you like information about the ebook sale, let me know. There's like a ton of recipe books in there, holiday recipe books, and so forth. All right. So everybody, have a good rest of your day. And remember, be well, stay well. And remember, you could do something about your diabetes and you could reverse type 2 diabetes. All right. So everybody, thank you and have a good rest of your day.